And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to Coin Place Tarot. My name is Coin. I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at in this round of reads is going to be your one-to-one for the month of November. One-to-ones is a style of reading that I do that examines the direct relational dynamic between person A and person B, point A and point B, right? So as a caveat to this style of reads, two main things. The first, I hesitate to call these love readings because that's what they oftentimes get labeled at, because they may not always be lovely. Right? We don't just always talk about sunshine and rainbows at this table. We talk about everything, even the rain. So that's the first. And the second, it ain't always got to be about love. Promise you. Promise you. It could be about friends, family members, coworkers, etc. Just what is the strongest and most prevalent relational dynamic that's coming up. So as a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, even when it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I do the work that I do for a reason. Right? I'm not going to misguide you or mislead you. That's not what I do here. So follow along with me in your read today, Scorpio. You're one-to-one. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. You'll be over here and they'll be over here. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Scorpio in their read. Define this one-to-one. There we go. Okay. So you on this side. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. The notion of mastery, understanding, and on their side, the Five of Wands. Ooh. Okay. Well, I mean, that's one way to stand your ground, isn't it? On your side, the Eight of Pentacles, a card that represents, again, proficiency in your craft, but even more than that. I know this, been through it. We've already seen all angles here, right? That's a level of rest assured self-confidence that you just reached after doing this time and time again. I'm saying this because you're dealing with a person over here, Five of Wands. There's an ongoing conflict, and it's almost like, I don't want to say you're treating them in a diminutive or a disparaging kind of way, but it's like, dude, grow up, right? The Five of Wands over there, where they're seeing a conflict you're establishing. Yeah, I know. And I think that's what making them mad even more, because again, the fives are cards of conflict here, being the fire of the spirit. When you put that together, having them face towards you and you're saying, listen, we've done this. That's a big step. And it's very much bringing out, a kind of combative response from them. Whereas you don't see it, you understand that there's conflict, but you do not necessarily see it as animosity, which I think is functionally different from where they stand right now. So long story short, you're saying, we've been through this before, grow up. And they're saying, are you serious? An incongruency of feeling, but we'll dive deeper. So now that we got two people on the board, Scorpio, let's do fronts and backs. Fronts facing towards each other, what we actively exchange or reveal. Backs and behinds, what is not yet said, what is kept to itself. So show the cards that we need to see, please, for Scorpio in their read. Define the fronts and backs in this one-to-one. Cross, Devil, the card of Capricorn. Okay. What's your front facing? Oh, I mean, it just has to be that way sometimes. Six of Pentacles, the notion of a long-term investment. On their side, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords. Okay. Let's stop right there. The things that we keep to ourselves will always eventually come out. If they're not coming out verbally, they're going to come out in some way, shape, or form. On your side, Scorpio, what I'm seeing is you're saying you know about our entire dynamic. We're good. It's a long-term investment. Trust me, we'll get to it eventually. Six of Pentacles, this is something that we work at with time. And behind you, the Devil, the card of Capricorn. The Devil is not inherently a bad energy in tarot. It just means to define that which we don't even like about ourselves. And in that way, the Devil is one of the most brutally honest cards in the tarot deck. On their side, they have two aces. That means two ideas of newness, here, renewal, particularly because this is a one-to-one dynamic with you and them. Behind them is their truth. In front of them is their emotional fulfillment. Putting these together, and I think I see why they're feeling kind of disrespected right now. They want to be with you and enjoy essentially the experience of growth in life together, right? They're open to whatever that proposition is with you. However, and this is probably why that Five of Wands is coming out, we got to talk about all the things that are going wrong right now. On your side, it's kind of saying we'll get to it, ... and we're not actually, we're doing everything but that, right? So whereas you're saying, yeah, we could just work on it, we're eventually coming back around to it. It's like, am I the jerk here? Am I, sometimes it's just how the dynamic is. You have your own reasons, they have theirs, but the conflict that they've established is actually an ongoing dynamic between you and them. And we're not addressing it in any proactive kind of way. We're just only bringing up a further divide between you and this person. Okay? So now that we established that, show individual positions upon this reading between Scorpio and the person. Where does each individual stand? Okay. King of Pentacles, still wanting to invest, still wanting to optimize, and I get this feeling this is... Hold on, I'm going to withhold my judgment. On their side, Four of Wands, yeah. Okay. If you can see this, Four of Wands, it's a card that represents more intimate dynamics of a relationship, because you have Two of Wands, which represents intentionality. As you combine all the energy I have within and then set a plan, you have two people setting plans together. That means you're setting plans with each other. 11-11, you make a wish. That is essentially the entire premise of Four of Wands. Two people who want to dedicate themselves to each other. On your side, where is the love? And I guess that's a bigger question that I have in your dynamic, because you're saying, oh, this is just about things that we need to work on, but we're not exactly getting to. But yeah, I'm choosing this. Are you choosing them? I want you to examine that within right now, Scorpio. On their side, they're so brutally honest that they're saying, yeah, I want to be with you, and simultaneously, we cannot let this go unaddressed anymore, right? Now that Devil, and we're going to explore that eventually when we get to definitions, but that is the biggest thing that you're dodging around is the key to making that work, right? The reasons that you have for not touching them, again, I believe everybody has their own, but we also got to call a spade a spade. You say it's an investment as if it's a business plan and not a person. And that's why I'm seeing their anger coming from, is that where is the love? You say you want this with me. I need to actually see it and feel it. So there's an ongoing conflict of not only emotional truthfulness here, but also how we're even analyzing the dynamic of being together with each other, essentially. Underneath it all, Hierophant, the card of Taurus. Here, what is meant to find a spiritual path? I think that they're kind of hitting it on the head right here, is that it's not just the idea of an investment of what looks good, like a stock portfolio. It's, do you actually want to be with me, and what does being with me look like? You're focusing on just the tangible, the labels, things like that, and they're focusing on, but what does that mean? Okay. Now this one. And now that we have two people on the table in a one-to-one, one looking towards the other, and vice versa, let's look down the middle. What is shared between? Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Scorpio and their one-to-one. What is held down the middle between them and their person? Justice, the card of Libra. Okay. The notion that we could work through a process or try to accept each other's way of analyzing things. Eight of Pentacles, Mastery. Okay, I think I'm starting to see why this is. The Hangman, waiting in bated breath and anticipation, hoping that things will change. King of Cups, wanting to give the best version of the self. Temperance, the card of Sagittarius. And as we move into Sagittarius season, we're closing in on that. The notion that all things can change with time. Because again, I wasn't necessarily seeing full-blown animosity from them. What I was seeing is just anger and frustration. Because with this combination between Scorpio, long story short, both of you want to be with each other, but you're talking at each other and not with each other. Right? And it's causing a lot of frustration. I'm saying this because the notion of legality or the tipping of the scales with justice, how do we be fair and equitable towards each other? Eight of Pentacles, we've been through this before. Mastery. And I think that's where you're coming from, is this kind of cold analytic space rather than embodying the full emotionality that whoever this person is identifying as a more intimate partner or connection over here is saying, I need this from you, right? But the moment that we start to touch that, we're saying, we'll get through it, right? I see why there's a dismissive aspect here, but we're not touching the actual thing, which is going on behind the scenes. And so the Hangman, both of you are waiting from completely different angles. They're waiting for you to actually hear them out and basically pursue that emotional fulfillment. You're waiting on them to kind of just get over it. And they're peeved. It's rising between you two. But the thing is, both of you want to heal with each other. You're just approaching it from completely opposite directions. Okay? Underneath it all, 10 of Cups, the notion of harmony and fulfillment. Ooh. And so, again, two people that want each other, but if you ain't giving love, you're giving purgatory. It's slowly building up to that dynamic. I don't just want all the anger and frustration I have with the circumstance as it stands turn into the long-term narrative between you and them. Okay, finally, define the major arcana strewn across the table. For Scorpio in the read, we're going to look at the devil first. Look it in the face. As we start here, define the devil in Scorpio's read today. So, okay, yeah. Four of Cups, the notion of a long-term dissatisfaction. We're going to have to wrap back around that one, but I also got to be honest, again, as your tarot card reader, here to support and here to be honest with what I see on the table. Let's go to the next one. Justice, the card of Libra. 10 of Swords. When we accept the process as is, we have to accept the pain and truth of endings where they stand. Hangman, King of Swords, waiting for the other to do the right thing. Two are on completely different wavelengths. It's growing to that point. And so in Temperance, that is held between. Lovers. Two people that want each other, but are doing everything in their power to not have each other. Again, if you cannot give love, you will give purgatory. Why am I saying this? Going back to that devil, the Four of Cups, the long-term dissatisfaction that you are having. Scorpio, we just gotta be honest. Are you still emotionally invested in this? Right? I think when we define commitment only on the terms of raw tangibility of, again, the labels and um, definitions, but we're not feeling, which is what your partner or whoever over here that you're identifying was asking of you. um, then you had to ask, why are we on such completely different wavelengths? The devil that's eating at you is that this has become a circumstance more of convenience rather than a reality I want to be in, right? So you're putting yourself through the tangible acts. I've seen tons of earth, right? You're putting yourself through the tangible acts because, again, earth, 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 and earth is a sign um, of we're going to go through it, we're going to get through it, it's going to be fine. Almost as if you're more concerned about the damaging of the label than the harming of that person. Down the middle, what we're seeing is, hey, as things balance out, if this doesn't work, then we both got to admit, maybe we might not either. And so both of us is waiting for the other to do better or do right by each other. Because again, we're saying that this is the lifetime goal and choice that we want to be together, but we're not even doing the most basic things to make that happen. We want to get there, but we have to ask ourselves deeper question. The interrogation I want you to have within right now, Scorpio, is if I am more obsessed with the relationship than the potential harm maybe doing to this person, then why am I here, right? And the answers may not be neat or even, but but trust me and believe they are there. Resolution. The cards of resolution for Scorpio in this read. Reveal to us cards of resolution for Scorpio in their read today. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. Again, so many notions of mastery. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Eight of Pentacles came out on 3 times. Temperance. I mean, we are in Sagittarius season coming out again. Hopefully that we can heal the path. And the thing is, and this is why I'm saying that devil is so prevalent here, seeing that Temperance coming out twice, Scorpio, both of you have the tools. They're expressing them right now. You're not looking to them. You're looking for every other tool in the toolkit except for the tool you need for the job. You gotta be honest with yourself where you stand with this. Because again, if we're caring about the label rather than the person, then what good is the label if the person is not there? Underneath it all, 3 of Wands, the expectation of the horizon. If you say you want this with me, then here's what I need. What do we see in your read today, Scorpio? Yeah. Ooh, this is a tough one. On your end, and this is just the fair amount of emotional labor and spiritual undertaking, I want you to go within and ask, do I want to be here? Do I want to be with them? If so, then what am I missing? Because I think this is why it's turning into more just expression of feeling, turn into flat out, combative energy from them, is that they've told you time and time again, and you've done everything in your power but that, right? Again, every other tool in the toolkit except for the one that you need. And down the middle, in between, and also the tellings on the side, still say, above all, we know what must be done. Now, will we actually pursue that, or are we going to make up another reason as to not do it? If we say that we want something together, we got to actually show it. So that's what I see in your read today, Scorpio. Hope this conversation helped. And yeah, use the appropriate tool for the job. Listen to them. They guided you in the right direction before. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.